and welcome to, hello, thank you, Merry Christmas! And welcome to Russell Brand's Christmas Ponderland, where I'm, of course, pondering Christmas, right? Whether you're cynical about Christmas or not, it does perform a very necessary social function of bringing people together, and I think that's important, right? Like, the Christmas sing-along, yeah? The rest of the year people might not get along, but the sing-along, that brings everyone together. Everyone knows the song, everyone knows all the words, we're all together having a lovely sing-along. To know. That's not the bit where you forget it. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Just like the ones I used to know. The next bit, there'll be sleigh bells ringing. All right, that gets a bit confusing there. Then it does get a little bit into American Pie territory. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove a Chevy to the levee in American Pie. That bit of it, that's the easy bit, just like the ones I used to know. Don't have a Christmas sing-along with them. Oh, jingle bells. But the singing of nativity, congenial, Christmas, traditional songs, carol singing is a lovely part of our culture, but this young lady here is out carol singing and completely misuses a very beautiful and quaint tradition.
Well, if the lights are on, then you know they're in, so they have to answer the door, don't they? So you just start singing, and then if they don't answer the door, you just keep knocking until they do.
Keep knocking? If the lights are on, they're in. No, keep knocking. No, I'll knock their fucking skulls in if I jingle bells, jingle all the way. Now go on, I've seen a light. I've seen someone duck behind the sofa. I've seen someone duck behind the sofa. Right, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to get my knife and I'll cut up her inside. Silent night, holy night. Integral to our understanding of Christmas is the nativity, the mythology and magic of the birth of Christ. And like I can understand if you're conveying the story of the nativity to children, you might try and demystify it a little bit. But if you remove all the nuances from the nativity for the comprehension of Cockney children, you're left with a pretty bloody stupid story.
Mary was having a baby. Her tummy was big and round. She had to go on a donkey. Her tummy was aching.
If I was Mary and had to go to Bethlehem, I'd be puffed out going all that way.
I'd be puffed out. What? Come all this way to sleep in a fucking barn? I'm like a fucking duff, and I'm reading this Bible. Theology makes me all puffed out. So how are these Cockney children going to understand the deep theological complexity of the Immaculate Conception?
A long time ago, in a place called Nazareth, a man called Joseph was engaged to a lady called Mary. An angel came down to visit Joseph and told him that Mary was going to have a baby, but he didn't understand because he didn't do anything.
They've done nothing. Incredibly, that 8-year-old boy has exposed a huge flaw in Christian ideology. Hold on a second, ain't she just lying because she's a slag? Immaculate Conception? You're having a laugh, and you sweetheart. Tell me his name! This is very beautiful because here they are trying to understand the magical concept of angels, celestial beings, and through the eyes of one child, the angels somehow maintain their magic, these incredible beings dancing through the sky. How will a child understand that? Oh, they're like a dicky bird. Oh, they drop it. She mispronounces dropped, bless her, she's such a little sweetheart. But then listen to the second boy.
I like angels because they can fly a lot. If they didn't have wings, they couldn't fly. They fly in the air and people can see them. They fly like dicky birds. They fly like stars dropping. I think angels are sexy.
angels is sexy. I reckon Jesus is a proper good geezer. Angels, because like angels, they're also so incredible, but a wonderful part of mythology. To look at an angel and go, you dirty cow. I am a messenger from God. I bring great news. There will be a chosen one. Yeah, you're the chosen one. You remember the old days? Christmas, it was a lot simpler then. Or was it much, much more confusing, right? Look at this little boy misunderstanding the concept of Santa Claus. He thinks it's sort of like a good old Yuletide child line. 0800 11 11 11. I still know it, Mum. Don't mess with me, yeah?
And a drum?
Oh, you want to keep them all awake, do you? Okay. Oh, I know. Give him a drum to keep him quiet. Is that it?
A drum to keep my daddy quiet.
Oh, that's lovely, that is. Is he a noisy daddy, then?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
He isn't really, only at 4:30 in the morning, isn't he? Yes.
Yes.
What does Daddy do? Tell Father Christmas. And then he'll know why he wakes you up.
Fight.
No, why does Daddy wake up so
Fights
early?
Mummy sometimes. That's why I want a drum. To keep him at night so he won't get Mummy anymore.
Ho, ho, ho! I'm not really qualified to deal with this. This seems to be a police matter. On your way. I don't want to go home. Just get out. You're ruining the atmosphere. Come on, Rudolph. I want to live with you. Fuck off.
Right, Christmas doesn't really make sense, actually, because, like, the concept of Father Christmas, that's mental. And if you are going to sanction that in shopping centres with grottos and everything, don't then employ a really bizarre, dubious character. Yeah, I've been working in the grotto trade quite a while, and I tend to... One thing I have learned is at very early stages, try and get short of anyone who you think might be a bit noncy.
Do you ever have any accidents?
Well, occasionally when they will insist on policing a child on your knee, you suddenly feel that, oh, something's happened.
Oh, something happened! Oh, blimey, something happened downstairs! Oh. Yeah, let's definitely give that one a job. Hello, come about a job as Father Christmas! Well, I don't see this leading to problems. Oh, something happened! Thank you very much! I don't think that man is actually a paedophile. I think what he's saying is that a child sat on his lap and then weed on him. That's what he means. Although that did give him an erection. Because of lunatics like that, we need to regiment the manner under which we employ these Father Christmases. They can't be employed in an ad hoc fashion. They must be rigorously examined. And if you do run a Father Christmas outlet like these people in Chicago in 1932, right, make sure you've got clear rules for your Santa Clauses, otherwise you're going to get yourself in an awful lot of silly bother. Listen to this, right? Memo, restore Santa Claus. It has been brought to my attention that certain acts of negligence and misconduct by members of the Corporation of Santa Claus has greatly embarrassed our customers and jeopardised our good reputation. Right, and then it goes on to cite examples of one particular individual who has got a name that I don't think any Santa could... Like, if someone turns up for a job interview and they got this name, don't give them the job on the basis of the name Norbert Cleaverhook. I'm Norbert Cleaverhook. I'm naughty Norbert Cleaverhook. I've come about the job. I'm here to spread some winter cheer. Hook, hook, hook. Okay. Listen to this. Thank you, it's okay. I hear it in my head constantly. Norbert Cleaverhook was found to be inebriated while on duty during the afternoon shift last Wednesday. He attacked one child and swore at the parent who intervened. I'm naughty Norbert Cleaverhook. Damn you, you're a ridiculous boy! Hey, that's my son! Fuck you! not intervening if it's their child. Oh, sorry, I was obeying my maternal instinct to protect my son. It's between me and him. Right, so it's really, what I really like about this is the rules are clearly a reaction to the conduct of Norbert Cleaverhook. This is a very beautiful rule. Do not force your character of Santa on non-believers. Please, Norbert, we're just trying to enjoy Ramadan. Ho, ho, ho. Let us worship. Santa should keep his hands in plain view at all times. Cleaverhook. Touching of children is only permitted in safe zones. It's not clear what they mean by safe zones. Does that mean in the grotto or sort of on the calf or the tummy or the hip? Hey! I only touched him in the safe zone! Norbert, that was his anus. Can't have the break! Thank you. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome back to Russell Brand's Christmas Ponderland. Oh, Father Christmas, eh? What's strange about that, sitting on an old man's knee, being judged and seeing if you're going to get a present? Nothing, as long as it is Father Christmas. Look at some of these people. Like, what I like about this one is the subtlety of her sort of existential horror. Just staring into an unknowable future. While the Father Christmas awkwardly focuses on this child with his slender pianist's hands. That one's good. Because she's feeling something really quite profound. Season's greetings. And then, of course, finally, me! That's me! Yeah, I know. But I weren't enjoying that experience. Perhaps because what I was actually watching was a man very slowly devouring a sanitary towel. But before the Victorian idea of Christmas, there's a very important pagan festival, yeah, at Christmas time. That's actually a little bit special. About the bonding of nature. And that's called a Saxon Christmas. Ah, the Saxon Christmas. It is mysterious and ancient. Ah, we are all children of the moon and the stars. Why not worship the ancient, mysterious Saxon Christmas?
I didn't become a Druid because I didn't like the way we used to celebrate Christmas. I stopped celebrating Christmas the Christian way because I stopped being a Christian. The ceremony that we are using today contains some material which is thousands of years old, but very little. Some material which is just over 200 years old and was devised by a Welshman, Iolo Morganau, and some of it we worked out in the bus on the way down here.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thanks for going to so much trouble. Yeah, we just thought of it on the bus on the way here. Oh, we are the Saxon people. Oh, Saxon Christmas. Love the job you hate. That's Mr. Muscle. Oh, it doesn't matter, we thought of it on the bus. But at least a Saxon Christmas, at least it was still religious, at least it was truthful, at least it was in touch with the earth. Now Christmas is entirely about consuming, stuffing yourself full of booze and chocolate. And no wonder people become chocoholics, although actually I resent the term chocoholic because that is offensive. Right? It's not grammatically correct, chocoholic. It doesn't even make sense with alcoholic if you think about it. And plus, you know, chocoholic has a lot of negative connotations, so don't call people chocoholics. In fact, we need to think of a word for chocoholics with absolutely no negative connotations.
Many people use the word chocoholic.
Idiots.
I'm not too keen on that word. I think one tends to think of alcoholic. I don't think that's quite the right word. I prefer the word chocophile.
Much better. Much better. Chocophile. No negative connotation. Thank God you cleared that up. You might as well say, I don't like chocoholic. I prefer to say I'm suffering from Ferrero Rocher AIDS. One of the things we can all agree is wonderful about Christmas is we show untypical compassion to one another, don't we? If we're like a little bit miserable the rest of the year, solipsistically trundling along in a box of isolation. Merry Christmas! Hello! Ah, it's jolly old Christmas. Even these people who fight for a job, doormen, bouncers, muscle, even they get a little bit more jolly around Christmas.
Christmas, we're dealing with thoroughly decent family people that turn into arseholes.
Hey, all right, fair enough, that was a little bit cynical of them, but there's one day of the year all doormen agree is worse than any other, and they've got a catchphrase to describe that day, and it's a good catchphrase, and they are rightly proud of that brilliant catchphrase.
Today is Nasty Friday, the last Friday before Christmas, and generally reckoned to be the worst night of the year.
I think it's me that started calling it Nasty Friday. It's always been a particularly nasty night. I can remember going back 30, 40 years ago in London when it was a nasty night.
Sounds pretty nasty. Nasty Friday, wow. You know, they're hard guys, right? So if they say it's nasty, we got to assume this is pretty dark, what's going on, right? Nasty Friday! What are the horrors of Nasty Friday? I'm terrified to listen to what went on.
Friday, especially the nasty sort of Friday, really, you've got a bad cocktail, haven't you? We chucked a guy out of a pub once on Nasty Friday. He was acting in a terrible state. He was spilling beer over people. He was calling women tarts, saying that's not a skirt, that's a belt. You know, really taking the mickey out of women.
That's nasty. I think what you're describing is mildly hurtful Friday. He was calling women tarts, right? No, he was out of his mind. I don't know if he was on crack or what. One fella, he come up to me to shake my hand, then at the last minute he took it away and went like that. Right? One fella said I got something stuck on the sole of my shoe, and as I looked like that, he went, "Oh, hello, sailor." There's no excuse for that, even on Nasty Friday. This kind of criminal excess can also lead to excessive festivity, right? Where you just try and cram too much festivity into a song. I don't mind a nice Christmas song, right? And one of the best Christmas songs there's ever been is Wizard, right? With their song, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. And who among us wouldn't like it to be Christmas every day? But what I resent, right, is Roy Wood getting together with the Wombles to make another Christmas song and wishing for it to be a wombling Merry Christmas every day. That's conceptually difficult.
Don't you lock the doors, you know the sweet Santa Claus is on the way. Well, I wish it could be a wombling Merry Christmas every day.
It doesn't stop. I wish it could be a wombling Merry Christmas every day. That's going on too long. That's too much. What? Also, I wouldn't mind a wombling Merry Christmas for about an hour. But I don't want one every day. That's too mental. Oh, this wombling Merry Christmas is going well. Yeah, let's have it for infinity. Let's never ever stop a wombling Merry Christmas. It's right for the Wombles. They're already Wombles. So the wombling aspect has been dealt with. For them, all they've got to have is a Merry Christmas every day. But if you're not a Womble, you've got to get into being a Womble and then have a wombling Merry Christmas every day. That's too much. But perhaps, bless them, perhaps that was a more innocent and in some ways a more beautiful time, right? Because now Christmas has just become about, well, it's commercialisation, right? It's about consumerism. But fortunately, some people, some members of the clergy understand that. Some vicars, they're a little bit out of touch. Not this guy, though. He's a vicar that at last understands young people and understands the world of commerce and advertising and those, you know, those Christmas jingles and the promotional tools that you hear around Christmas, you know, those constant adverts that are always on.
I often think about that jingle that you hear in the shops. It's not a carol. The 12 Days of Christmas. My true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. Well, it always seems pretty absurd. And it's in the shops because it actually is there to encourage us to buy partridges in pear trees.
No, it isn't. That is a carol. You can't buy a partridge partridge in a pear tree? It's not, oh, these bloody partridges in pear trees, they're everywhere. It's a new Buzz Lightyear. That song is not an advert. What about when it gets to 8 maids a milking and 10 lords a leaping? You can't sell them in Argos. 8 maids a milking, only from Tommy. But naturally, consumerism does lead to more crime. But some criminals, at least, are focused and incredibly professional. Look at this thief, right? He's totally focused on meat and alcohol. It's going to be a really meat and alcohol-based Christmas.
You were charged with, on Saturday, the 15th of December 1979, at Reading in the county of Berkshire, stole 1 turkey, a joint of lamb, a chicken, a joint of beef, a leg of pork, a pack of chops, 2 bacon joints, a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of Kurz, a bottle of Bacardi, a bottle of rum, a bottle of brandy, a bottle of sherry, a bottle of vodka, a bottle of coffee.
They just fade out. That's not even the end of it. Their whole Christmas is based around meat. But, Father, we've got no Christmas tree. No, well, we've got this pile of meat, beautifully decorated with pieces of meat. There's no Christmas lights. No, I've got a string of sausages there. It's not too much of a meat-themed Christmas, right? And also, being poor, like, it don't matter if you're poor at Christmas. It don't matter what the gift is, as long as you put some love into it.
And not very long ago, people used to be extremely happy just to give and receive presents like this, fruit. And I personally would be very happy if someone had gone to the bother or taken the thought to do something like this. 5 or 6 marvellous Cox's orange apples, beautifully polished. That's a marvellous present, I think.
That's fantastic. Just take an apple, just shine that up. That's lovely. You don't need a Nintendo Wii. Just, instead of that, why don't you just give a child a brisk walk? Instead of a trip to Disney World, why not just do a heartfelt smile? It's all well and good to be deeply cynical, but Christmas ain't for the adult world. It's ultimately for children, a celebration of naivety, the innocence of children, to enjoy the magic of childhood in a very special and focused way.
If Jesus came back today, the people that didn't believe in him would threaten him. I don't reckon anybody in particular would kill him, but people might capture him and say, you turn all my water into wine, otherwise I will shoot you.
And that's the meaning of Christmas. Good night.
Moss is Jen's husband for a tenor in a school reunion nightmare next. It's the IT Crowd. And at 12:15, Elvis Costello has an invite to meet Rufus Wainwright for a chat and a sing.
I think we'd better. Did he say join us after the break? No. I'm going to watch Casualty.